guys, how you doing? It is Mark at the Little Supplement Company, also known as Hammy to a lot of people who train in the gyms. That's my nickname, Mark Hamilton. Hammy stuck me since a child, so some of you may know me as Hammy instead of Mark. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to touch on a topic that is potentially controversial. I'm going to be saying a few things that a lot of people don't want to hear, but I've always been straight. I talk straight. My wife's always telling me, Mark, you need to have a filter, because if I start talking, I don't sort of think about what I'm saying per se. I don't pause. So if you ask me a question, I'll answer the question. I won't go, oh, if I answer the question this way, would that upset the person or whatever? I just say it as it is. So this is where 32 years of experience as not only a PT, running gyms, been in the nutrition industry, supplement industry all that time, run shops, etc. Worked for some of the most amazing supplement companies in the world. I've been quite blessed. And along that 30 odd year journey, I've picked up a few tips, hints. I've worked with athletes who become world champions in many different sports. And I still do to this day. Here you may look at me and go, well, he's a middle-aged man. He's not ripped to shreds. No, I'm not. I'm not a middle-aged man. I have a lovely family. I have 2 children, a dog and a beautiful wife, and I'm content. I go to the gym. I've had quite a lot of time out because of injuries and things like that. I'm back in it. I'm only 4 weeks back into the gym, but I've kind of reassessed my personal goals, and it got me thinking and it got me talking. And probably for the last 15 years, I've talked to people, particularly coming up to Christmas. So when I'm doing this, we're about 6 or 7 weeks away from Christmas. Then January comes, and everyone knows in January, boom, everyone's going to, this year, I've been saying it for the last 20 years, but this year is going to be my year. And people jump on a transformation bandwagon, a challenge, 12-week challenges are everywhere, which is great because it's encouraging people. But how many of us have started a diet, started a challenge, and after a week or 2 or 3 or 4, kind of come off the wagon and you've never really seen it through? So you've never really experienced the full potential of what you can achieve. Well, in this, I'm just going to give you the no BS how to do it. And a lot of people will not like what I'm going to say. They won't, because I'm going to talk about commitment and excuses and so I'm going to set this out. So for the first time in ever, I think, I've made a few notes just so I don't miss anything. Okay, so I will be looking at my laptop just because I made a couple of notes on headings of how I break this down. So my professional experience, I started after university, went to work and eventually run a gym in the northeast of England. And I had lots of clients up there in the city centre of Newcastle, lots of business people who worked, went out, business meals, business meetings. They're quite high-end clients. And I got results. And the reason I got results is I sat down with a client and I demanded commitment from them, or I wasn't interested. And I got commitment from them, and that commitment caused them to get amazing results. So I got such good results that after 6 months, I had a waiting list of clients who were waiting for people to drop out because I couldn't handle any more clients. And there were 6 or 7 other PTs in the gym. Everyone wanted to come with me because of the results. That was all down to not me being any better than the other PTs. That was down to me having a verbal commitment with my clients as to, if I put something down, I need you to do your uttermost to follow those instructions. So I get a lot of people come in and they want a dietary advice and nutritional advice and supplement advice, and they get some fantastic advice from our shop, the Little Supplement Company. They get free, amazing advice. Not everyone can follow that advice because it doesn't suit their lifestyle or they're not willing to be committed. The people that follow the advice and make those sacrifices and are committed get the results. So I'm going to just talk about this. Now, I mentioned about people who had tried a diet and failed, tried a 12-week challenge and failed. failed or came off the wagon, didn't see it through. I'm one of those people. So I'm not here judging you. I've done it several times. I've done it several times. And you will fall off the wagon now and again. But what you need to do is get focused and committed. So for example, in the new year, Jordan and myself will be running a 12-week personal challenge. So your goals will be looked at. We will do diets and training programs if you require, unless you have a really good PT, they'll do all that for you. And we're going to do supplement packages to get you to where you've always wanted to be, or get you back to where you've wanted to be. So when we get out of shape, there's only one person we can blame: ourselves. Okay, so I've got out of shape by about 10 kilograms, and do I blame the fact that I couldn't work out, I couldn't lift weights, and I couldn't train? I don't do that. I didn't do that. What I've done is I blame myself. I started eating poorly, started having sweets, started drinking wine on a school night because I didn't have that commitment and focus. I could have gone for more walks. So it's excuses. So what it takes initially to get where you want to be is don't make excuses. Typical one, I haven't got time. So I've joined Winners again recently up in Paignton. Fantastic. And if you're looking for a gym, there's some brilliant gyms around this area in Torbay where I am. There's some really good instructors out there. I am really impressed. I can't explain with Winners. The professionalism, the staff, the friendliness, the equipment, the support. People will greet you when you come in and will say goodbye when you... Simple little things like that they've got right. Chris Thatcher has got it absolutely bang on there. And well done. So I think people who say they haven't got time... I went to Winners a couple of days ago. I got up, left the house at 5:30, was there for 5:45, went into the gym, and it was packed. Those people in there at 6 o'clock in the morning have that commitment. So they're getting in there early, they're getting up extra early, they're getting into the gym so they can get their workouts in before they go to work or do their daily things like the kids and stuff like that. So that is commitment. And that's what you need to start looking at. Getting commitment. If I do a diet plan, I say, look, you need to do 25 minutes cardio fasted every morning, and you go, I haven't got time. Well, get up 25 minutes earlier. You have got time then. Go to bed 25 minutes earlier so you can get up 25 minutes earlier if you're worried about sleeping. So that's the kind of attitude you need to kind of switch on to. This is where we need to be. We need to be positive. We need to see solutions to challenges rather than make excuses. I can't do that because, I've got 2 kids. I've got a busy job. I've got a business. Go around it. How can you get that time in? How can you eat that regularly through the day? There's ways around everything. You just have to put some thought into that. So 6 o'clock in the morning, people are there. I went a bit later today, so it's my day off today. Got loads of paperwork and stuff to do. So I was in there about just after 9:15 this morning. Seen a good friend of mine, Mark, who I haven't seen for a while. He was getting PT by a great personal trainer called Dave Fuge. He's been a PT for forever, probably as long as I've done this industry. Specialises with golfers in particular. So if you're into golfers, check out Dave Fuge. He specialises in improving your game and things like that with workouts. So Mark is in there. Mark is a CEO of 2 companies. A very busy guy. He's getting in there every day. He looks great. He's in great condition. Two huge companies he's CEO of. He makes that time. And it could be in the morning, he will make that time because it's important. And that is the kind of commitment that we need to do. Second thing is nutrition. So people will say, 70-80% of your results is down to your diet. I'd agree. That's the bit that's the hard bit, getting the diet right. So one bit of advice I would do is avoid the faddy diets, please, the soup diets and this diet and that diet. And go with a diet that suits you. Go with a diet that's quite diverse in its food choices. So you're getting different amino acids, different nutrients, different vitamins, different antioxidants from a varied diet. People often say, it's just about calories in and calories out. So if you're burning more calories than you consume, you'll lose weight. Well, actually, no. It depends on the calories, the type of calories that you put into your body, and when you put them into your body, then calories in and calories out will get you some amazing results. If you're just putting pizza, burgers, and Mars bars into you and having the same amount of calories a day and burning more calories out, you're not going to get the same results. That is a fact. So when people, it's just calories in, calories out, just do your macros. No, load of rubbish. Get good calories. Quality is the key. Quality food regularly. And if you have any problems, find someone who's good with diets. Lots of personal trainers are trained in diets to a degree. Health shops like myself and Jordan can help you, no problem at all. But getting that diet correct is so important, and make sure it suits you. Make sure you've got foods on there you like. So it is worth investing a little time in getting a diet that suits you, that's going to work. What else have we got? Okay, people say I've got to eat, 4 or 5 times a day, or 3 times a day with a couple of little snacks is usually ideal. Absolutely, but I don't get time. I can't get prepare your meals, and I haven't got. Prepare your meals, right? You're going to cook a meal, so just cook 4 meals or cook 3 meals for the next day. So prepare your meals. If you cook them for the next 2-3 days and freeze some of them, prepare your meals. It's a little trick that works. So you find someone who looks amazing, they're probably preparing their meals, or they've got the diet right. So they're eating, they're giving their body nutrients every 3.5 hours, depending on their body type. And they're preparing their meals. A little bit of dedication, a bit of commitment. You can sort this out and you can do it. So this is another thing, that can be done. Training. So this is where most people focus on initially. Other things I've just talked about, like nutrition, commitment, getting your head in the right space, doing the right thing, getting the right calories is really, really important. The training is very important, but it's a small part of it. Get your nutrition right first, then look at your training. Now with training, a lot of people think they're doing the right thing, but they're not. So what I'd suggest to anybody who certainly goes to a gym, and I'd recommend joining a gym or a gym that does classes, like Debbie Sace locally, amazing with spin classes. There's a ton of good fitness instructors out there, which, we'll link. I'll try and put little links and tags to some great gyms out there that I'll put tags to as well. So, I train at Winners. It's not just going to be about Winners. It's about gyms in this area that do. If you're not from this area down in sunny Devon, look around, ask around, try and get some free trials or promotional short-term trials or a little session with a personal trainer. But get into a gym if you can, and try and get some professional advice on a good plan. Get a plan in place. If that means investing in a personal trainer once or twice a week and you can afford to do it, do it. Be money well spent, I assure you. When you're there on your own and you're watching your clock and you tend to be, when you've got a personal trainer, you're there. He or she will be on it. They'll know what you're doing. They'll get you through your workout. You'll be more productive in the time you're there. You'll get better results. So definitely look for a good personal trainer. If it's once every 2 weeks, but they'll have a plan for you to follow. And that is money, as I say, well invested. We go out on a weekend and spend 100, 200 quid on a night out with a meal or whatever you do. Spend a few quid on a personal trainer. Well, treat yourself. It's your health. You're worth it. So treat yourself to a personal trainer. Circuits, there's, you might not want to just go into a gym. There's circuit classes around. There's all sorts of really cool classes out there. So have a look around at the gym, see what they provide for you, see how much they are. A lot of them are involved in gym memberships anyway. So there's some great stuff out there. Change your plan up regularly. So this is important to me. I think when you're doing the same thing day in and day out for months on end, you're not going to get the results. So when I was PTing, I would change people's plans, sometimes weekly, but mostly every 4 to 6 weeks, I'd change the plan around. And we would get that result because the body gets shocked and you're stimulating growth and you're burning more fat. So it's a great thing. Your body doesn't get sort of stagnant and used to the workout. If you're not getting the plan changed, or you're with a personal trainer that hasn't changed your plan for 6 months, change him, go to someone else, or approach them at least and give them an opportunity to start working with you to get results. So definitely that. Another thing, water. I used to do lots of little talks in health stores, and I used to train staff. I used to go to sort of therapy centres and train therapists on supplements and nutrition. And I loved it because, you know, I'd turn up and you got this little northeast accent guy who's a bit chunky. And at the time, you know, when I started doing it, I was in my late 20s, and it was like, oh, what's he going to show us? And a little bit of knowledge within 5 minutes changed the audience. They're like, God, he knows what he's talking about. And this is quite interesting. So I used to sometimes ask when there was a tough crowd, after the air we breathe, which or what is the most important nutrient that we need, or what was the most important thing we need for our bodies to survive? And I used to get, there'd always be the one, you know, sitting at the back. He's been a therapist for God knows how long, thinking, oh, this young guy with a northern accent, what's he going to teach me? I've been a chiropractor for 40 years. And he put his hand up and go, Mark, oligomeric proanthocyanidins. I'd say, no, wrong. Great antioxidant, 50 times more powerful than vitamin E and vitamin C, granted, and it recycles other antioxidants once they're committed. However, wrong than anyone else. That sort of kind of gently put them back in their place, in their box. Not many people would say water. Water is essential. Food, we can last weeks without food. Water, you're looking at a matter of days before we die. We are like walking bags of water that's held together with skin and bones in the middle. So water is key. I've had people go, don't like water. I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to water. I don't think you are. And if you are, then you should have tests done on you. Honestly, so water is so important. Not your sugared flavoured water and all. Just get some good old-fashioned bottled water and drink about 2 to 3 litres a day as a baseline. Yes, you can. Before you go, can't do that, no way. Yes, you can. And you will see massive differences. Things like energy levels, nutrient delivery around the body, even lower blood pressure, actually, believe it or not. Skin health, how we feel. You'll glow. You'll detoxify really efficiently. It will certainly help kidneys and things like that work more efficiently. So good old-fashioned water is a really cheap and essential nutrient to take on board on any challenge. So there's water. What else? If you want any information, like information's key. And if you want any good information in terms of experience, research and things like that, do check out, we've got a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, and obviously the website. It's just put in the Little Supplement Company and they will come up. Go to YouTube, the Little Supplement, and I'll talk about lots of things from diets to supplements to health conditions. It's a nice one to have as a like little online library where you can just go, oh, let's talk about how much protein do we need? And I'll talk about that on there when you find it. Do I need amino acids? I'll talk about that. And I'm not there to sell you products. I'm there to encourage information, good information, so you can actually become more powerful in yourself, because information is power. You're less likely to buy stuff you don't need. Simple as that. So definitely look at that YouTube channel, give it a little like and tick a bell. Apparently that does something. I don't know what it does, but I think you get latest when I put more videos on, you get the first to see that there's a new video, and you can say, no, I don't want to watch that, or, oh yes, I'd like to lose 10 kilograms in the next 3 months. That'd be amazing. So, you know, it's your choice what you do. The next thing, obviously, I own a supplement company, and I have a sports nutrition range and a supplement range as well, which I'm very proud of, because they're, to me, the highest quality that I can get out there. Very bespoke, a lot of the formulas, and I I'm a big fan of using supplements when they're needed. And now people get carried away with supplements. And this is a man who's got a supplement shop. True story, I had a lady in a couple of days ago who came in and they'd just paid for a blood test somewhere. And her and her husband had paid, it was a couple of £100 each to get their bloods tested so they could see, if their head were deficient in anything. And that lady came in with a list. Now, they tried to sell her these supplements where she had the test. And she said, you know what? I've worked with Mark for many years. I trust him. I'm going to buy my supplements off him at his health shop, which I don't think they were very pleased about, but bless her. She came in with a list of supplements that she needed. Fortunately, she brought her blood tests with her. And her supplement list equated to £175. That was just for her. That's what they were suggesting she needed. And for her husband, it wasn't as much. It was like £190, £100. I can't remember exactly, about £100. So £275 worth of supplements. Now, most shops will be rubbing their hands, going, well, there's a list. I'll just get them off the shelf and give them to you. I was like, that's a lot of supplements. So you don't have the test with you, do you? Yes, I do. Let me have a look if you don't mind. And I looked through the test. She needed 2 of those supplements. So those 2 supplements cost about £20. And so she saved £155. Her husband needed 1 from going through the list. So I can't remember how much his was. So in essence, they saved well over £200 from just a bit of good advice. More is not better when it comes to supplements. One thing I would suggest to anybody is get a very good quality multivitamin. And I don't mean a Boots special or a high street brand special or one in Tesco's that'll cost you a couple of quid for 4 months supply. They, unfortunately, are crap. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but they are. And that's because I'm passionate about you not wasting your money. Get something that's quality, that's got good strengths, that's going to suit you, and it's going to, more importantly than anything, get absorbed into your body so they will actually work and you will reap the rewards and the benefits. A good multivitamin and an excellent fish oil is your foundation. Okay? I'm not going straight up protein, creatine, testosterone boosters, guys. Get a good multivitamin and a good fish oil. Get them together, absolutely essential. Then look at your nutrition, your diet, your water, your training, boom. Then you may need to supplement with things like a protein shake because you can't get the protein requirements in the day. That's fine. But then again, don't get duped by the big companies who sell you mass market from marketing little people. Marketing often is lies. I think. I always say, if you see it advertised on the telly, it'll be a lie. All right, they're trying to sell you a concept that isn't true. I always say go with quality. No matter where you are in the UK or in the world, try and find an independent health store. They will look after you. They will not take money off you for the sake of taking money off you. They will not sell you something you do not need to sell. Trust me, I've been around the independent health industry most of my working life. They are kosher, ethical, committed and passionate. They will look after you. Trust me. Watch the big chains. Watch supermarkets. Watch the online your protein kind of things and mass powders and things like that. Often they peddle crap. Often. I don't think I mentioned any names there, so I'm okay, hopefully. So yeah, look at quality. You come into our shop, little supplement company, so yeah, reps don't call on me anymore because I ask too many technical questions about products. I'm not interested in prices and margins. I want to know what's in that product, how it will help you as a customer, how I can use that to benefit someone's life. A lot of them can't answer my technical questions, so a lot of them don't bother coming in. So I have to do my own research. So supplements are important. Try and speak to a specialist. Okay? Try and speak to a specialist. I had a couple in yesterday who wanted to buy 20 quid's worth of a product for his problem, which was pain in his body. I'm not going into detail. His mate, I'm not going to mention the name, but his mate who he met somewhere said, try this product, it's brilliant for pain. It wasn't. It was good for arthritis. He didn't have arthritis. It was completely different. So he would have wasted £20. If I hadn't asked him what it was for, I couldn't have saved him the £20. So he would have bought it, walked away and gone, this is rubbish, supplements are rubbish, they don't work. It's because it was the wrong supplement. So get some advice. Don't listen to Mavis next door or Sheila in the gym who's been doing it for ages, or Barry next door or down the pub who says, oh, you definitely need to have 92 grams of creatine a week or it doesn't work. Come and speak to a specialist who will give you the correct advice. It'll often save you money. Buying cheap, you usually buy twice, or you're buying rubbish that won't absorb, and you won't get the results. So spend a little bit of money. Go to an independent health store. Doesn't have to be mine. Any independent health store will help you. If you can get in, even better, because you can talk to the people in there. They're there to help. They'll ask you questions and will get you the right thing for you as an individual. So supplements are important, but don't overdo them. Try and get some help. The other thing I would say is if you're not in a gym, it's worth considering joining a gym. There's some crazily good gyms out there who are incredibly professional, really friendly, and it's kind of like an extension of a family once you get in there. Now, I understand a lot of people can be really worried about joining a gym, a bit nervous. So if you do join a gym, it's worth booking in and get an instructor for the first few weeks. Do it. A lot of them do packages. You can join the gym and have an instructor for 4 weeks for X amount of money. Do it. It will get you into the gym. You'll get your confidence levels up. You'll know what you're doing. You'll probably meet people whilst there. You definitely will at certain gyms because they're friendly. And what I'll do is I'll tag a lot of gyms in this underneath. Unfortunately, local, because they're the gyms I kind of know and work with. Give a local gym a shout. Be wary of the big, again, anything's big commercial and chained, sometimes you don't get the service. There's exceptions to rules like that. So there's some chains that are local that are amazing, and I've trained in some that are absolutely shocking. So I'll not tag the shocking ones in, I will just tag the ones I think are good. We are going to be doing a 12-week challenge. So keep your eyes open, get in early. The other thing I know one gym's doing, because I was speaking to Chris Thatcher this morning of Winners, they're doing a really cool little deal where you can get 6 weeks training as like a taster, or you could buy it for someone as a Christmas present, but you could use it yourself and get 6 weeks for 35 quid. That's worth doing if you wanted to try another gym to see how it's going. You might want to do it because your membership's running out in January. Pop up, speak to Chris, say Hammy sent you, Hammy, Hammy as in Hammy Hamster, and give that a go, give it a shout. Other gyms might be doing very similar things, but I think it's a great little idea now. 6 weeks will run up to Christmas, and let's get more shredded than Santa. That's not going to be hard, is it? But let's go for it. Let's get into a gym, and you can get into that environment, test it out for 6 weeks and see what you think. I will, again, be on hand in the shop, as will Jordan, if you want any help on your quests, your journeys, your challenges. Give it a go, but do think about that. No excuses. Get committed. Make those sacrifices. It isn't easy, but the rewards pay off massively. Trust me, massively. So guys, lovely to speak to you as always. And do check out websites and YouTubes and all the other social media stuff we do. And I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye now.